do for the FBI? I'm the dead body people person.
Yeah, I'm the assistant dead body guy. I'm the assistant to the head dead body.
I know who the assistant to the assistant of the dead body guy.
I'm the assistant dead body manager.
At the dead body facility, it was she was on our beach not long ago. She blew her cover.
Oh yeah. My ex-girlfriend's dad was
A dead body guy.
a dead body guy.
Yeah, he's the real
And his son also became a dead body guy.
I'm the dead body person.
I'm the son of a dead body guy. I'm a third generation dead bodyer.
Dead body A. It's French,
Body,
motherfucker.
yeah, it's French. The French dead bodies.
Cheers, queers. Welcome to From Behind the Barcast, the podcast for bartending, service industry, drinking in general. Today we're having a Budweiser because we're fancy. Oh, you got a Southbound Mountain Jam.
Southbound Mountain Jam. Hard to find sometimes.
So we have it at work, but we have it in the keg. But the tall boy cans are fucking amazing. I like any like half-ass crafty beer.
Yeah.
In a can. I don't know.
I'm not
why.
a big beer person at all.
Yeah.
But my buddy Vinny, who also drinks the shit out of Budweiser, shout out to. Oh, never mind, he's not here. Hey, not here.
Not here.
So, but this is one of the only other beers he'll drink.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I knew it had to
yeah.
be good. So I was like, I'll try one.
It's good.
It's good. I like lagers.
It's like it's not too flavored in any one way.
No.
It's light tasting.
It's gonna make me be burpy though, and I burp like a bitch.
Oh, I've already been farting all day too. So
See, that's a weak burp. I burp like a girl. I can fart down a mountain, but I can't burp for anything.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic.
What are you, Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah.
I fought down next to a mountain. I fought it down with the edge of my ass down.
Caused an avalanche one time. What would be a terrible way to die if you farted so loud it caused an avalanche?
Remember, in like the 50s, there was those Russian hikers, and they were all like super experienced, but they were out in like Siberia and like negative 32°C.
Yeah, and the worst place on the planet.
And they cut it was a big mystery. They cut themselves out of a tent, and all their bodies were found like 1,500 meters.
Oh yeah, they couldn't figure out why.
Yeah, but they were like, and they found radiation on a few of them or something like that, and then some of the bodies were scattered. Some of them had been crushed, like their chest had been crushed, and the others had died from exposure or hypothermia or whatever. So they were like, was it fucking aliens? Was it a fucking government conspiracy?
Yeah.
Because everything is. But
Did Q predict it?
Yeah.
What's the Russian word for
That was the year
Q?
Q was born.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm talking about queering though. What are you talking about?
Same thing.
Okay. So
Queer for the straight
well,
guy.
it turns out like some scientists like finally like dug it up, like literally, and figured it out.
With a dead body guy.
So there's a type of avalanche that like you can't predict necessarily because they dug out a spot on a hill or whatever next to a mountain where you square it off so that you can put a tent
Yeah, so you can put a tent up, then you have heat and stuff.
But if they didn't know the condition of the snow from like 2 days before, it creates like something, and then it can build right on top of, and you'll never see it.
Oh, okay.
So then there's not like the, and then like it's like a flash flood.
That's a flash-a-lanche.
So they get exactly. So they get hit, and they cut, and the fastest way you can get out of a fucking tent, I guess,
Just to cut through the side of it. Yeah,
because there's 10 people in this fucking tent because they all slept literally right next to each other. Like,
yeah.
So and some of them got crushed by the weight of the snow. Some of them got slidden down, and
then
they didn't have any
smashed up.
clothes on. They were sleeping. They were wearing what they were sleeping in.
Right.
So they thought they had
the old school pajamas, like the full thing. with the button
I
up.
only saw some grainy pictures of it or whatever. But that brings me to my next point. Venmo.
Oh yeah, I've heard about Venmo.
All right,
is it functional?
So I have this idea. It's fucking amazing. Okay, I'm gonna pitch this to you now live on the air because I've been holding this in. I have this idea. So with Venmo, I also have a theory. Okay, but we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But my idea for
Sounds
Venmo,
like some deep state shit. You're gonna get that deep state voice.
This is very deep state. Let me tell you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna. I assume that like you can make a Venmo and like put any name on there that you wanted.
Yeah,
to.
I changed my Venmo to From Behind the Barcast.
Okay, yeah. So we'll put on there something like
With the emblem.
Cassie McCarthy or something like
Okay.
that. Right? I'm going to put it on the back of my car. I'm going to tint my windows so that you can't see inside of it. I'm going to put a crucifix in the back center of my car.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I'm Cassie. I'm 21 and saving it for marriage. Send me money to help me along my journey.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Then we'll have men sending money to be like, yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Save it till marriage.
Or something even worse.
Or they'll be like, I got $1,000. And I'll be like, yeah, give me that $1,000, Daddy. Maybe you'll be the one.
Yeah.
And that's because, do you know what Venmo is in Azerbaijan?
No, I haven't been to Azerbaijan since Venmo came out.
Pedophile.
Is it really?
It means pedophile.
It means pedophile?
So,
Are you going to write it in Azerbaijanis? I don't know.
So I did my own research about this. Okay, and guess who sits on the board of the Venmo board of their directors?
An Azerbaijani?
Almost. Don goddamn Henley, known Nazi, with ties to the international cabal.
I wonder how many
pedos
weeks
and
it would take
Nazis.
for you to bring up Don Henley.
It's all right there in front of us. I'm just trying to red pill you people, man.
God, you got to get the Don Henley red pill.
You got to fucking wake up, people. So if you don't think that Venmo is being used for human trafficking,
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, can you imagine the amount of drug money and loan that goes through Venmo?
I mean, I've never used it for that. Actually, I'm trying to think if I've ever used it for that.
I have, but not a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
just like to get weed.
Yeah.
It's just easier. Like, I get weed for a friend of mine sometimes.
I think the best use for it is when you're sitting in a restaurant with 5 of your friends and they're like, I'll
That
take care
is
of
the number
tab.
one time for Venmo.
You know what I'm saying?
Or for fake Christianity on the back of your car.
Oh, shout out to our buddy V. He just bought a painting from me.
Nice.
And he paid me through Venmo.
Oh, I'll say V for Venmo.
And he put on there for that sexy sex.
Nice.
And I was like, mine's private. Nah, boo, boo.
Yeah, mine's private, but when I changed it from behind the
You gotta
barcast,
take it public.
I was like, I have to open this up. But then like, you can make just an individual transaction private, and so people will send me something that's like, then they put some kind of fun, saucy message, and I'm like, private.
Right, yeah.
This isn't funny.
You don't need the deep state seeing all of that.
No.
I mean, what I'm trying to tell
And
you
what I
is,
send is private. Or I'll just type a bunch of letters. If I'm right next to you and you know what it's for,
type in Elon
I'll
Musk's
just be like,
daughter's name
I'll
in
just
there.
start, I'll say like 18 different keys, yeah. And I'm like, here you go. I'm like, what is
I've
this?
written reviews like that because sometimes when I buy shit, they kind of make you or they won't stop pestering you.
Yeah.
So I'll either just write party, or I'll go.
yeah.
Be like, he had a stroke on the keyboard.
But,
Yeah, like start to actually type one word.
I tried it. You know when you type like the herp to derp speech when you like one big letter, one little letter, one big letter. I did that the other day or something, and like to do like 10 words took me like 5 minutes. And
Because
I
your
was
phone
like,
hates you when you're trying to do that.
your phone's like, this is not what you want.
I tried to send you something the other night, and like I tried to say retard.
And it said
it was
regards?
Like, yeah. It was like they're gonna have regard strength.
Yeah. Hey, I regard.
That's regarded.
I've been regarding all weekend.
Hey man, fucking normalize regardedness. Okay.
Speaking of what I did this weekend, you want to get the timer ready?
Oh yeah, we got 5 minutes
right,
with
you ready?
clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think I need a drop. This is so pathetic.
We're gonna have to make one.
So it's 5 minutes of comics or football, and you know what it sounds like to me?
What is that?
The Shang-Chi review that I went and watched the week before. I couldn't talk about it last week.
What is Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
What is Shang-Chi?
It's the new.
It's the song that never ends.
The dog has been removed from the room.
You just kicked that dog. Abuse.
I know, but I'll lick him later. It'll be fine. So Shang-Chi was the new Marvel release movie.
He puts the peanut butter on and you lick the
Yeah.
peanut. Oh, okay. All right, I'm listening. All right, your 5 starts now. I'll give you that. Okay.
So it's a new Marvel movie. It's with it's all exclusive Asian cast. It's the first movie about like Chinese culture. It's the first big Marvel superhero.
Was it a comic book already?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the comics, his dad in the comics name is Fu Manchu, but they had to change it because it's not 1965 anymore.
Is that when the original comic was out?
Yeah, and it was like imagine what a 1965 white dude drew about Chinese people.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
He had a Fu Manchu.
Like some
his name was
Breakfast
Fu
at Tiffany's
Manchu.
shit.
There was like another character with another like even worse name, like Ching Chang
Yeah,
or
but
something.
at this point, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
But you can't make it with the movie. So they just changed the names to make it
Yeah.
more PC.
Because I bet. Well, when you said Fu Manchu, I was like, did the band sue him? Because there's a band called Fu Manchu, and like
They were around before before the band. But
you're right.
Either way, they changed. They kind of combined his father and another character called
As
the
you do in
Mandarin.
movies, yeah.
Called the Mandarin, who was in Iron Man 3 and was kind of a shitty representation, so they reshot. But amazing actor Sir Ben Kingsley played him in Iron Man 3, so they brought him back for this one as Trevor Slattery. He's amazing. He has little shit to do with the movie, except for having like a little cute pet named Morris. It's like a weird mythical animal. Anyways, great movie. Very much enjoyed it. Lots of action.
I just woke up. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you'll get there. Lots of action. Is that the sound of someone turning off this podcast? Lots of action, though. The most action-packed Marvel movie with hand-to-hand combat.
Because I guess if you're
Lots
gonna
of kung fu, and he's a kung fu guy. The woman from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is his aunt in the movie.
Yeah, because she's got to be pretty old now. Because
She's
Crouching
like
Tiger's
52,
like
53.
99 or something like that.
So
she wasn't young then.
Little tidbit: Jackie Chan didn't want women in martial arts movies. He thought women didn't belong as anything but like the damsel in distress. And she confronted him about it, and he was like, sorry, this is how it is. And she challenged him to a one-on-one match, and she beat the shit out of Jackie Chan, and he was like, women in movies.
Really? Was it like a points thing, or were they actually like
I'm sure it was a points thing.
Yeah.
But either way, she took it to him.
But how can he fight if he doesn't have 60 people to fight against? You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. He's no Donnie Yen, but he's pretty good. But great movie. Had a very enjoyable time. Went to Chick-fil-A beforehand. So when I go to the movies, I usually sneak in wine, but I had to work later in the day.
I forgot about the sneak.
Yeah, I'll sneak in a bottle of wine. Always a twist off, people. Pro tip. Don't bring something you got to use a corkscrew to get open because you don't want to have to use a corkscrew in the dark. But twist off.
And that sound.
Yeah.
They're going to know.
Well, I do champagne sometimes. But I'm a professional.
Who are you?
And when I open up a bottle of champagne, it makes almost no noise. Just a little. So you wait for the big TRX sound, and you're like, now's my time because it's like, yeah. But what you don't do is what I did one time when Fro and I were there, and Vinny was accidentally kicked the bottle over, and it just starts.
It just tumbles down.
Yeah, and so Fro looks at me. He's like, "Who?" I'm like, "Don't look at me. If you don't look at me, no one knows it was me. But you're looking at me."
Wait, so he immediately turned his head.
He was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Don't stop." Yeah, I'm like, "Don't look at. Let's look forward. Watch the movie."
Stop.
Yeah, you made me look guilty on here. It was empty, by the way, so I didn't lose anything.
Normal.
So me and Fro and Vinny went to Chick-fil-A beforehand. Each got a sandwich. Smuggled that bad boy in there, and you know what's really good? Opening up a Chick-fil-A sandwich it wasn't a very crowded movie theater because of the pandemic.
That foil isn't like really foily. It's more like paper, right?
Yeah, but it holds it, keeps it hot, especially when it's in your
but
pocket.
I'm talking about the crackling, like people.
Oh yeah,
but I guess there's other snacks in there.
Yeah, it didn't make. Yeah, they don't know what it is, but the smell of Chick-fil-A is unmistakable.
As it
and
walks
every
through
time
it.
I open it up, someone's like,
Someone's jealous. Is
"Yes,
what you mean, right?
Yeah, they got chicken envy. Chicken envy. Look, pro tip: you go to Chick-fil-A, app, pick up at the thing. Pull your car up on the side, run up, grab your sandwich, and come back. You do the app, tell them you're there like 5 minutes before you're at the store, so it's ready when you get there. I was in and out of Chick-fil-A in like 45 seconds.
Yeah, because even since they put in the double line at Chick-fil-A, it's still fucking.
The one on Victory is garbage.
Yeah.
Why did you do one line, 2 lines into one there? It's so.
Yeah.
And they're the most efficient.
They have to be
business.
because it's probably the most busy.
That parking lot is fucked now, though.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's such a weird.
It's not a very big parking lot either.
Yeah, but it's a weird configuration too because like right where you need to pull in to get into the drive-thru, there's literally like 20 spots right there.
Yeah,
you can't get around.
It's all. There's always a guy there now, like trying to direct traffic.
What's your Chick-fil-A order?
My go-to spicy
chicken,
pepper jack cheese.
Oh, you get the deluxe with the cheese and shit.
I don't get the deluxe. I don't like the lettuce.
Deluxe is like lettuce and tomato.
Yeah, I don't want tomato
cheese.
on my chicken sandwich because that's weird. Not unless it's a really good tomato. But like you ain't get no good tomato from a Chick-fil-A. Here in the South, we respect our tomatoes.
Yes, we do.
Very serious business.
Listen.
And then I hit the pickle button as many times as it'll let me. Like it's usually I think it's 8 now. It used to be 5. Now it's 8. But and I'll write in the notes like fuck me up with pickles.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to think I only want like 6 pickles. I literally want like a pickle and a half in every bite.
See, I want extra pickles, but I haven't used the app yet. But I just asked for extra pickles because I just want pickle in each bite.
Yeah, I need it in each bite. But I like to eat a couple off the outside too.
Right, yeah. But no cheese from me.
So I'm
a purist.
I got the cheese by accident one day.
Oh, and then that changed everything.
And I was like, So I can do Colby Jack or Pepper Jack, but you know what's not good on a spiced chicken sandwich? Is cheddar.
Oh, yeah.
Cheddar's for Nazis.
I just think chicken and cheese aren't a thing that like.
They rarely are, but Pepper Jack.
I don't know if the FDA has approved it.
Maybe I'll make Chick-fil-A for us one night. I've made my own a few times, but I do.
You just brine it in pickle juice, right?
But you know what I do?
What do you do?
I take a titty, slice that titty in half, brine all the titties, and I also brine thighs.
Thighs, yeah.
And so I fry them separately. They go on one sandwich. Cheese.
Oh, so you mean you do a breast and a thigh on the same sandwich?
On the same buttered, big-ass buttered bun with you guessed it, fuck ton of pickles.
With fuck me up with pickles.
Yes. I cut them thicker, too. I like the thicker slice.
And
like
sauce
Popeyes.
or no sauce? Are you a mayonnaise guy or
So I usually do mayonnaise and ketchup. 1 packet of each.
Fancy sauce. Do you mix them together?
Nope. I put the mayonnaise. I put the mayonnaise on the sandwich, and then I rip the thing off the ketchup and squirt it into each bite. I don't know why, but that's what I do.
All right, Chick-fil-A sauce in the little cup.
Yeah.
The first one, I just peel it off and I pour it on the outer rim.
The top
first
180.
bite of first bite of the sandwich. First 2 or 3 bites of the
making
sandwich.
me hungry.
So then once I've eaten that top half off, then I try and split the sandwich in half as best as I can. So then you can dip.
See, why don't they make that sauce in the squirt container?
The squirty things, like the.
I bet Heinz has that patented.
Like the ketchup. Yeah, I bet so. Yeah. Because the ones that you can
remember those came out.
Yeah, you can.
I'd take like 20 of them.
You can open them and dip,
or you can squirt.
You can pull the end off or squirt. Do you remember ones that you folded in half?
Yeah,
and it would squirt the really.
Yeah, terrible idea because you would squirt ketchup.
I mean, it was like a girl coming on the beach.
Yeah. Speaking of a girl coming on the beach, we've got a massive update.
Masturbation update.
I don't know. I thought you were going to go.
It's a.
Make the sound she was probably making.
Hold on, 10 more seconds.
Yeah, we can actually do that.
Hold on, let me throw my titty out.
All right, we're not going to dox her, are we?
No.
She's already been doxed.
She's already been doxed, yeah.
So as I Googled it, I told my buddy Grant.
You got to hear some of these fucking headlines.
I was like, I went to tell him about it the other day after I left here, and he was like, dude, I heard this on a podcast in California. So I looked it up.
Oh, you said a podcast earlier, not ours. Another one?
He heard it on a podcast from California, like a major podcast. I can't remember which one. He listens to Stern and one other one, but like that one had it on there. And I was like, what? Because he completed the story for me. Once I started telling him, he knew the rest of the story. It was last Monday when I left here, so he had not heard the podcast yet. And so I was like, you know what? He had told me he'd heard it, so I was like, let's look her up and get a little update. Because I got a little update on her that was international. But she is everywhere.
She's worldwide now, right?
Christina Revels Glick, 34, of Richmond Hill, Georgia. That's right down the road from here.
Right down the road from here, baby.
Was at a beach on Tybee Island, and a fellow beach girl could hear her moaning. Quote, that's when Glick, dressed in I don't know how she was in a one-piece green bikini, but that's what they keep saying, retrieved an unknown item from her backpack, police say. She then spread her legs apart, putting both of her hands in between her legs. An unknown item reveals was a vibrator, which was photographed by police for evidence. I guess they didn't take it. I guess they just photographed it.
I mean, it's not illegal.
It's illegal to masturbate on the beach, I think.
No, it's illegal to masturbate on the beach, but that's not tools for committing a crime.
Yeah.
Like a ski mask.
I like to bring us evidence A. Evidence A. Drop on the counter, starts shaking. So she said she admitted to masturbating at the beach with her vibrator, telling officers that she put it between her legs and was covered with a towel, and believed that no one saw her. However, name redacted to protect the innocent here, did see her, having witnessed the act and hearing Glick moaning while covered in a towel in front of her family's tent on 2nd Street in front of the Deck Restaurant Bar.
Which is like, if you're talking about Tybee Island beaches, that's like probably the most family-oriented one. Because you could go down you could go down by the pier on like 16th Street and fucking jerk off all day and like half the people won't notice.
She was definitely, though, quoted as saying, I heard 30 from the local police, but now, the story grows. It's now 20 seconds. She said, it only took me 20 seconds. I thought no one would notice, quote. But then tried to call and say she was an undercover agent later on, so I don't know what's going on with
so that is in the news story?
Undercover thing's not there. That's private information I got. From name also redacted.
Guy. And what was the headline?
Oh God, yeah, I got the other one was the headline. It was like, what the fuck headline is this?
Wow, Richmond Hill woman rubs police the wrong
Yeah. She was. What is it? No, it was like she. What did it say? She was digitally penetrating herself.
Yeah, I was like, digitally penetrating. What was she? Everyone uses a computer.
I said that, and there was a pause, and I was like, he's like, digitally? I'm like, with her fingers, bro, her digits. Because this was from thedailymail.co.uk. She is internationally known as a public masturbator.
And one of the articles was fucking Toronto, right?
Yeah, one was Toronto Sun. One of them was in another language. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijani.
You motherfucker.
The old Azerbaijani masturbator.
You know what she's out there doing.
So I tried to find her on social media, and she is scrubbed her life from the internet.
As you fucking have to, I guess.
Jesus. Yeah, well, the thing is, she's Richmond Hill. She's a little younger than us. We have to know someone that knows her.
Got to. And I saw a picture of her, and I was like,
she's a pretty lady.
Yeah, it's like, but can you really look at a picture and be like, that person wouldn't masturbate on a beach?
Now that I've seen it again, because the first time I saw it was like in a Snapchat, like of a piece of paper, so I couldn't tell. Yeah, she would masturbate on a beach. She's from Richmond Hill. They're like the Effingham south of us.
That is true.
They're not as trash. They're half as trashy as Effingham, but like
that's like new redneck money is Richmond Hill.
Yeah, Effingham's like Effingham's trailers and meth. And Richmond Hill, like the houses are permanently situated, but some of them are trailers, but in the ground.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but they have fucking they put some cinder blocks on there.
Yeah, you could put some wheels back on there if you have to, but they keep the wheels clean and reusable. Yeah. They're not just in the front yard.
It's the family that had the biggest landscaping company in Effingham. They're like, we're getting out of this shithole.
We're moving south.
And they got a 2-bedroom prefabricated home in fucking Richmond Hill. And then they're like, hell, there's a Walmart right down the road.
Oh, God, yeah. I've been to that Walmart a bunch.
They got a Carrabba's. That's Italian.
I used to do concrete work in Richmond Hill. I cored holes in concrete manholes.
Deep state.
I got the job the day they got like the fancy new machine that you had to know like basic geometry to use. And they were like, hey, we're going to teach you how to use this machine. You think you can figure it out? I'm like, yeah. I advanced math, and they're like, all right, well, because none of us are going to know how to do this. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, we need somebody young and smart. And I'm like, all right, so they showed me how to use it, which made me indispensable. So after like 6 months, I was like, I'd like a raise. They were like, it hadn't been long enough. I'm like, well, cool, then I'm just going to go work somewhere else. Like, well, you got to show someone. I'm like, oh, no, I don't. Yeah. Y'all can call the guy back that sold you the machine and make him come back down here and do it.
Because I bet it was an expensive machine, so they should have good customer service.
Yeah. It was nice. I was not the best employee, though. I passed out while I used a forklift to move them around, and I had partied or something the night before and was falling asleep, and I ran into a prefab. They would make giant things for like water transition centers.
Yeah.
And I ran into it holding another piece of concrete with the forklift while I fell asleep in the forklift. So I did like $4,000 worth of damage in like 2 seconds.
You fell asleep on a fucking forklift.
On a forklift. You know how tired you have to be to fall asleep on a forklift?
Yeah, for real.
They don't have pillows on there anymore.
I had this job for one summer. It was doing irrigation, so like literally just putting pipes in the ground and like, you know, gluing them together, and sometimes like digging giant holes. We'd put like azaleas in sometimes. You know, like it wasn't necessarily just landscaping, but we do like pine straw and fucking.
Yeah.
But it was mostly irrigation, and we would do the neighborhoods that they would build like 100 houses at the same time.
Yeah, this is what we did a lot of that stuff. We did like 4 different neighborhoods, Ford Plantation when they moved. We did all that.
But they'll build every fucking house on the street within like 6 months.
So you do that's great. They get everything done.
And then we would go in and do the irrigation. Like we'd be in one neighborhood. Godly Station was one of them. But the owner called it Goddamn Station.
We did Godly Station work there.
So they were Vietnamese. So it was a father and son.
Ooh, pho.
And they worked.
All I hear is
like
pho.
These motherfuckers, like they worked.
Yeah.
And me and my buddy, not so much.
Young Paxton?
Was young me. I was like 26. And
is that still pothead Paxton?
No, I just quit smoking weed. So like I started.
So you'd think you'd be a little more.
So I started drinking. Well, no, it was just like I would stay out every night, like literally going to Huckapoo's before I ever worked there, literally just trying to get laid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Almost
like,
every night, yeah.
You're just like, I'm going to stay out, and it's something will happen.
There's 12 guys in the bar and two chicks, and they're like
$4.
They're over there. They're terrified. They're like,
Yeah. Oh, dude, last night, I took so it was football games, but like nobody really cared about many of them. Apparently,
the Bears game wasn't a big watcher.
And then some of our friends went to the Packers game, but they were Packers fans, so that didn't go well for them. But apparently,
I hate it for them.
Our sorry ass fan base. We only had 5 Falcons fans for the day. I didn't come in until the night, and the game was over by the time I got there. But we only had like 5 Falcons fans for the Falcons game yesterday, which I thought was weird. But they said they were hooting and hollering inside for like the Bills.
Yeah,
whoever.
The Bills game. The Bills. Who they play? Steelers.
Yeah, yeah.
The Steelers, huge fan base. Bills, all of a sudden have a huge fan base.
Yeah. Well, we have a girl from New York that works there, but I doubt she was the one hooting.
Jenna's a pretty stout Bills fan.
Well, then Michaela, she's from the area, so I don't know if she's like a fan. I think so. I think she was wearing the socks.
Until 5 years ago, I knew 2 Bills fans, Jenna and I think Greg is a Bills fan.
But so it was pretty tame last night. But I mean, I was pretty busy outside. They weren't very busy inside. So I walked inside to like grab some more Red Bulls or some shit like that. And I haven't seen this in a long time, but there were 3 separate loner creeps that used to be way more prevalent back in the day.
We're
all right. So
proficient creeps.
They're the best creeps. So they're the type of dude that's like I roll solo to a lot of places sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind being solo because wherever I'm going, it's most likely because I'm meeting up with someone. I know someone there. You know what I mean?
Huckapoo's. You don't have to go to Huckapoo's with anybody.
No, you're with everyone once you get there. So these are the types of dudes that'll go up there. And all right, so instead of like trying to like be a part of like coming out for the experience, they just sit quietly for the whole time. I'm like, I don't mind if someone is just like, I'm having a bad day. I want 2 scotches.
Yeah.
But if all they do is look literally at every ass or titty,
and they're not actually even watching football. They're just
not
like
watching
boobs.
football. They're not even really drinking. And if anyone's like, "Hey, how you doing?" They're like, "Bleh."
Yeah.
We used to have those guys all the fucking time.
Maurice.
Man, no. See, Maurice will try and talk to every single person that walks by him. You know, these guys aren't trying to engage with anybody.
Now, even the women, they're just like looking,
leering,
they
just look at them,
leering, yeah.
And I remember back in the day, we had this one guy that would come in just on Nikki's shift. And he would just fucking stare at her constantly. Ugh. And he would drink like 3 beers in 6 hours.
That is uncomfortable.
I know, and I worked with her 2 days a week back then because she used to work.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't be sorry anymore. But this dude, like, it started to creep me out after a while, and it started to like make me. So finally, I was like, dude, man, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
I can do it. Like he went straight like
Defense?
like deep state on me. He was like, I can do what I want. I'm like, yeah, you can, but like if it's affecting us, then now you can't.
Now you can't. Yeah, this is a private business. Buddy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I know it's public as Huckapoo's feels.
Yeah, I know.
Someone
yeah.
does own this place.
It's like I cannot bake. your
Shout
cake
out to
for you.
Heather. It's her birthday.
Yeah, it's her birthday. Dude, I had some Facebook memories come up today, and it was like, it's Heather's birthday. Show her your love with these pictures. It was 2 pictures of Travis, my roommate.
What?
It was 2 football pictures. I guess she was like tagged in them whenever we were doing our.
Because people can't
football
tag
games.
Eric in anything, so they tag Travis. Or tag a picture with Eric in it. With tag Heather. People do that like, to their significant other if they're not on Facebook.
Yeah.
They get tagged in a picture and it's like.
Literally the first 2 pictures, or the only 2 pictures. One was Travis glamour shot catching a touchdown at Cowboy Stadium,
Yeah, yeah.
and the other was us sitting around eating spaghetti before the game. I was like, that Heather looks strangely like Travis.
Like what you did with your hair here. Did you post the "It is your birthday"?
No, I did. Yeah,
I just texted her because
yeah. That's what you do. Yeah, if you really know someone.
it depends. Like I will text you. Mountain Jam, that does not feel good.
This is not salty.
I don't drink a lot of beer. Yeah, I know. If that's your beer, Paxton added salt and lime to his Budweiser.
Oh yeah, because salt.
I'm gonna do it on the next one. I've never done it with a Budweiser, but I'm about to find out what's up. I'm gonna
good.
fuck around.
I mean, it's just
find out.
All it does. It's just.
He just didn't want to have a single podcast go about without something salty or acidic.
Salty. Or the mention of Temple Grandin.
Hey, I'll get my 5 minutes of Marvel and.
No, I'm just saying we've inspired a few people to watch the movie.
We have.
Yeah.
We have. Who? Fro and Moya watched it. Fro said Tear Fest.
Yeah.
He said he turned it on.
People think we're playing about
He
Temple
got
Grandin,
up.
bro.
He went in the other room and just put the tissues down next to her. And his wife is she's a very emotional woman at times.
Yeah.
She's not she's not a frantic female at all.
No.
She's
a nurse. So
she's a nurse.
yeah.
So she's got. I mean, Moya has the biggest heart.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. They sit together every week, make a charcuterie board, and watch our podcast together. They wait to do it together.
Really?
Yeah. How cool is that?
You guys are pretty great.
Yeah, you guys are pretty great. So he said he put it down next to her. It was just like, because it does, man. It gets you. Like, and if you're in any, and she was off. She's a nurse. She works 6 to 10 days straight.
Yeah.
70 hours a week. She's way overworked.
In the blood and the guts and the fucking.
Well, in the COVID. It's the COVID that's really making them work too much. So when she's off, she fucking has a few, So you have a few, and you watch Temple Grandin. Ooh, buddy, you're going to be tasting vodka in your tears.
Yeah. Well, I cried too.
Who else watched it? So they watched it.
Caitlin, our Australian friend at Huckapoo's.
Yeah?
She's like, oh, mate, I watched fucking Temple Grandin. It was fucking hilarious. I was like, you didn't? She's like, all I could think about was your fucking voice. Going, it's like a warm hug.
I'm going to hit her up on Twitter when she's on Huberman's podcast. Because I've actually he's communicated back with me twice.
Oh, nice.
I can ask intelligent science-based questions because I've got, I'll go out of my way to use incredibly verbose language to get attention.
Be like, you're dropping Q drops. You're letting him know. Like,
that I know that I went
up.
to college.
I
know
what's up.
But it's about like sleep and
you do your own
eye aptitude.
Your own research.
Mine was about the question of how much natural sunlight you need a day without sunglasses on to get an ample amount to help with your sleep. I asked it in a much more eloquent manner than that. But
that matters? Like how much
you need to get sun in the eyes, not just sunglasses, or like open windows just works the same way.
So fucking Sammy Hagar never sleeps well, does
No.
he? That motherfucker
I don't think he sleeps well for a couple other reasons though. Well, Sammy Hagar.
That motherfucker wears sunglasses inside. Come on, man.
I think he wears sunglasses in the shower. But anyways, so he'll respond. So I'm going to try to ask an intelligent question or two. If I can get just a little back and forth, then I might drop in a little, hey, can I love to have you on my podcast, or can I discuss this clip or anything? I don't know. I'm going to figure something out.
Yeah, not going to happen.
No, not at all. Because all she would do, you would Google it and be like, I can't find this.
Who the fuck are these people?
Yeah. From behind the barcast.
I don't even. What's a bar?
From behind
You
the
mean like
barcast.
you mean like the bars that hold the cows back?
Like the bars on my hug machine? Do you think she has a more advanced hug machine now that she's older?
She's probably got
like sits up higher. I bet it's really nice.
She's probably got one for sitting upright. For
like one on the couch.
Yeah.
Just she has instead of an electric couch, she sits a button. It's like yank.
Conk. She's got one that carries her up the stairs.
Hold on,
like
do you think she has
people.
one of those beds that folds up in the middle?
And then it malfunctions like on a bad movie.
Oh no!
That's too much hug.
But you do like a sleep number bed. You can fold those up. It would take a while though. You'd be like,
Well, it'd take you about 20 seconds.
about 20 seconds. I'll get there.
And see, we named the fucking podcast 30 seconds last week. Now I feel like it's all out the window, man. It's got to be 20 seconds now.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know if I can do it to myself in 20 seconds. Because we have to get more ready than a woman does.
Maybe.
I can't I'm not walking down the beach with an erection.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I mean, I suppose I could.
What do you think your record would be start to finish? Like, okay, I want to...
sometime before I was 18. Because when you could do it then, like, you would just, a warm breeze would give you a boner then.
Yeah. I mean, even
if you wake up now, like you wake up and it's there, then you get to do it pretty quick.
I still think I can get it in under 3 minutes.
I mean, from start to finish.
Start to finish.
Once it's... once the car's ready to run, you got the engine warmed up and you're ready to go. Things are... you're not just getting in the car starting it cold in the winter.
Yeah,
like the car is warmed up and ready. It's been cranking in the garage for 5 minutes.
Okay.
If you're there and you've got all the other stuff
snow
ready,
off of the fucking
you've already prepped the area. You've moved the blocks, get the garage open. You back the car in like you're ready to move.
Radio's on.
Yeah, radio's on, the station you want. Beginning of the song is going to hit play when you get in the car. Like everything's going there.
Yeah.
You have like 8 songs ready. Yeah. Maybe I can do it in 2 minutes.
2 minutes, as long as
if I had my driving gloves on and they're proper oil.
Yeah. That right, exactly.
You have the right kind of oil.
Because there's
no 5W30.
I do 2 different kinds of cars. I do a wet car and a dry car. It just depends.
More often a dry car than a wet car.
More often a dry, it's easier. You don't have to take a shower.
You don't have to do anything afterwards. This is now taking a very deep turn.
Hey, man, we said we're going to talk about masturbation. I mean, we're all humans, man.
We're only doing this because of her. I only actually masturbate because the lady on the beach was doing it. I'd never done it before.
She's inspired me.
She has.
To start loving myself a little bit more.
I wonder if she's getting like some of her guy friends are like, yo, I can do that for you.
Yeah, like, hey, man, I could digitally
penetrate you. I've been digitally penetrating myself looking at your video. I'm sure more than one person was like, oh, yeah, Katie or whatever her name was.
They're like, oh, I didn't know she was a freak.
Yeah. That is a pretty freaky move. What one of them say that she laid there in her afterglow or something?
I think a lot of the journalists were editorializing it a little bit because they were, especially with a headline like he rubbed
police the wrong
way. But she diddled the wrong fiddle or whatever. Yeah. And then they're like, and then laying there in her afterglow, the sun shining down upon her lit breast.
As her legs glistened into the sunlight.
Exactly.
Oh, the other one was that they named like 6 other women that have been arrested in the last year for masturbation on the beach, and like 2 of them I think were here.
Really?
Yeah, because one was a woman that pulled her titties out.
Yeah.
She like pulled her tits out and was that's the digital penetrator.
Oh, gotcha.
She was the digital penetrator.
Gotcha.
She was.
What if we're like a secret? There's like a secret website, best places to.
There's a website
to
called,
get caught masturbating.
I think it's kink.com. Because I like kind of messed around with the girl for a little while that she wanted to date. I didn't really want to date. But she was like, "You need to go in here and look at my profile so you can see what I'm into." And I was like, "Huh?" And she like that's how like she was into some pretty advanced material stuff. You needed to like tie her up in weird ways and shit.
Was that like a thing where it was like
maybe it was dom.com
instead of having to like try and express it to you and explain something that you wouldn't know about?
You would just go look at her profile
look at
and
that
see what she was
like,
into, and she would like describe
her
things.
Or is it like examples of the things?
No, it was like her. She had a profile because she would like when she traveled. I think she would like do meetups and stuff. She liked girls too,
right?
So she would.
Oh, so you just go ahead and put it out there digitally.
Like, digitally, you can digitally digital me.
And so then you're like,
digital.
Here's what I like if you're interested in similar shit.
Yeah, so she was like, go look at it, and I was like, I'm just gonna figure it out on my own. She's like, no, I want you to go read it.
She's like, no.
But the thing is, to read it, you have to do.
Exactly.
You have to.
Oh, you got to fucking.
Oh, she was a 30-seconder. You could get her there quick.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can figure things out. I'm a scientist. I experiment, and I'll find out what you like.
No, but like, yes, you can figure things out most times. But if it's
sometimes a head start's a good thing.
Right. But if it's at that advanced of a level, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to choke you to death.
Here's the thing, because you do that test choke. You get you kind of like gently.
You got to do all the tests. You know what I mean? One finger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you cool with that?
Good to go? All right.
You cool with that?
Yeah,
you cool with that? You cool?
2,
okay.
2.
All right. You first slap.
Yeah.
Just a tap.
Just a little tap. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
50% more.
Yeah.
You got to ramp it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slowly go up.
You only punch her once.
That's right at the end.
Yeah,
you just don't.
Only when I come.
I mean, I can if I don't.
And then I lay there in my afterglow.
Sun glistening.
Yes.
On my
The
sweat.
sweat glistening down my legs. I wonder if... Sorry, I lost myself there.
Hey man, we're all humans.
You know, if they pull the dildo out in court, do they turn it on? They're like,
could you demonstrate the tool, this tool that committed the crime?
Wave it around.
Yeah.
Oh, and the woman that caught her took videos of her and was submitted for evidence. That was the other thing.
She took videos of her masturbating?
The woman that reported her, name redacted, took videos and showed the cops, so they knew she was doing it.
I got you.
I'm pretty sure. First, she was like, "No," and they were like, "Is this you?"
Because see, that's kind of like, okay, so you like, it's fucked up that she's doing it around your family, right?
Yeah.
But like her videoing it, yeah, like if
Now it's porn.
For real.
So, question here: the cops show up.
Yeah.
She tells them she got video. Do they A, have her email the video to the police station? B, send it to my phone?
Airdrop it to my phone.
Airdrop my phone right now.
You would have to go through the.
I mean, you know what? We can find out.
We can find out.
I think we need to. I need to
out.
investigate. I need to do some investigative journalism.
You know, I'm going to do my own research. Thank you very much.
And I'm going to research how.
But
you
if
do
your
this.
research isn't the same as my research, I'm going to tell you to do your own research.
And I'm doing it digitally.
That's where I do all my research digitally, baby. All right, we'll see y'all in a few seconds. Like literally, like a split second.
This is going to be the fastest break we've ever taken.
You have a bay leaf tree?
Yeah, a massive one. Need some bay leaves? I got you.
Wow. Welcome back to From Behind the Baycast.
Yeah, it's massive. I'm going to save like $20 the rest of my life on things.
Right. I've used bay leaves, but they've always been dry.
Yeah,
Do you dry them or do you use them fresh?
I try to dry them. I usually just forget and just use them fresh.
Right,
I mean, they're not as potent fresh, so I'll use like
See,
3
that's
of them.
weird because in most other herbs it goes the other way. If you dry them, they're less potent.
I mean, when I do anything in the Instapot, just throw a couple bay leaves in there. When I brine ducks, when I smoke ducks and turkey, I'll just throw some bay leaves in there.
Throw some salt on there, like I have in this tall Budweiser right now.
You know, I'm gonna.
Well, our buddy Rick, listener of the podcast, shout out. He was like, "Man, no salt last week, huh?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, the drink." I was like, "That's a fucking listener right there, buddy."
The annoying thing about Mountain Jam is the label is
it's
textured, and sometimes the label lines up with the mouth, which is where I'm at now. Wasn't there on the last one?
Oh man. So a little update. We took the break, smoked a cigarette, and I had to poop immediately. So I get in there and the light's off, but I can poop with the lights off. You know, whatever, right?
Can you gotta check?
Here's the thing. I go to hey, something pops off every podcast, baby. Whether it's the mixer. Now you know. Yeah, get in that camera right there. Get in that camera. There you go.
We got a little frothy.
That's
here.
a pop off right there. Let me tell you. So,
do you have a towel, or are we just gonna? We're hanging out with this this mess, aren't we? Well, it's treated wood.
I did treat it.
Yeah, I remember. We almost died.
We almost died from inhalation.
Dude, what the hell?
That's that salt, baby. Salt life, motherfucker. Let's go.
You'd think as a scientist I would know that, but instead
you just threw a handful of salt in there.
Now I can't touch myself because I'm smelling like beer on the drive home. You know what?
You can't masturbate in the car
dog
anymore.
can smell like beer.
See, I told you. You wipe your hands on your dog.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You scoffed at that last.
I don't wipe my hands on my actual dog. On my fake dog, I do.
But anyways, I'm pooping, and it comes time to do the cleanup, and I go to flick the light on, and the bulb is out apparently. So luckily my phone's already out because I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
I use the flashlight
as you do. I mean,
to look at each wipe.
To look at each wipe. See, that's why bidet life, bro. I don't have to check. I just thorough.
You think I'd go in blind with a bidet either?
Well, no. You got to dry off with the bidet.
Yeah,
but,
right. Yeah,
but it sprays. It takes. Look, I rarely go back there to finish off, and there's anything on there.
So that just takes baby wipes completely out of the equation?
I don't use baby wipes at all. I have dude wipes in my guest room.
I've bought some dude wipes before.
I bought them like, oh, dude wipes. But then they say flushable, and like, no wipes are flushable. That is a farce.
Yeah.
My cousin owns a massive plumbing company and was like, this is flushable? Don't do it.
Well, Alex, friend of the podcast, podcast host.
Friend of the podcast, yeah.
He was like, he just waits until he's sure that it's the last one, and then he throws it into his garbage can. So I've adopted that now.
Yeah.
Now, if I think it's the last one and it's really not, I gotta flush that one.
So we brought up the concrete place I worked at before.
Yeah.
I brought up. So there was a lot of, as happens in everywhere, a lot of Mexicans that worked there, and I don't think all of them were supposed to be there. But so in Mexico, a lot of the piping is like porcelain. It's older, and so you can't flush toilet paper because the porcelain will get ridged and it'll catch and it'll stuff. So
Start clogging. Yeah.
So when you use your shit tickets in Mexico, you just throw them in the trash can. So, after about the third time I went to piss this place, I was like, it smells like shit in this bathroom. And unbeknownst to us, we had a new worker who no one had explained to him. So he would just wipe his ass and throw it on the ground next to the toilet. So there would be like dirty shit ticket piles.
Out of the porta potties?
No, it was a regular bathroom. Like it was in the shop bathroom.
Really?
And he would just...
Not even into like a bin or anything?
No, there was just a pile of shit tickets there. And they had to have like a meeting about it with the Mexicans. Be like, explain to everybody that we can flush it here because this is disgusting.
Oh, wow.
Because you don't want to go... No one wants to pick that up later.
No, of course.
Your used shit tickets. So...
But I would figure even if you didn't like think you could flush them, you would still at least throw them in a bin somewhere.
Well... I lived with a guy named Matt Bergen. I'll be happy to call his douchebag. 3 weeks he lived in my house till I threw him out. 3 weeks is all it took for me to be like, you have to get the fuck out of here. He wanted to like put a hammock from my house to the neighbor's house downtown. I'm like, we can't just do that kind of stuff. He never lived anywhere besides with his parents.
Yeah.
And so he had a girlfriend. He was in like the Peace Corps or one of those things. And he had a girl come stay, which he didn't even say when he moved in. He was like, my girlfriend's going to be here in 3 days for 2 weeks. And she's going to steal your porn DVDs and stack them up on top of each other. And they're going to get scratched, and you're going to get pissed.
Oh, you mean stack up the raw disc
raw
on top
discs
of the
out?
disc.
Yeah, he asked if I had any
how
porn
long
so they could
ago
watch
was
it
this?
together. Yeah, that long ago.
Wow.
I still had periodicals then. Personal.
You weren't masturbating digitally yet.
Yeah, not digitally exactly. No digital masturbation. And and she was very attractive, and she would walk around like her underwear, that was nice because she was hot.
Yeah.
But after like 7 or 8 days of her being at my house, I went to go use the only bathroom we had and was like, it smells like somebody already shit in here, but no one's home or been home. And I realized she also was putting the shit tickets in the trash can. At least she was putting them in the trash can, but after 7 or 8 days of her being in another country, so her diet was a little wonky, there was a lot of shit, literal shit on napkins in my trash can, my bathroom. So I was like, hey, man, talk to her about this. She's like, oh, that's kind of a weird subject. I'm like, well, you're going to do it? Or I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And you'll be a lot nicer than I'm going to be. Because you don't want your roommate talking to your girlfriend about her booty hole.
Yeah. What's the right way to approach it? Because, like, all right.
Put one of those, like, signs in the bathroom.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, flush toilet paper. Because, like, in Mexico, the last time I went, I just can't remember any of it was 2011. I can't remember any of the bathroom situations. But, like, I don't remember if there were signs or not. Right. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, well, a lot of places now have been revamped, but this was in like 2004.
Oh, right, yeah.
And she was from like a even poorer country.
Yeah.
In South America. But when Atlanta had the Olympics in Atlanta, and they built those dorms that are now became Georgia State dorms, they had to have every Olympics. They had to have signs all over the bathrooms. They're like, only can flush this. None of because people had never seen indoor plumbing. So people from like the Serengeti are like it just goes away. So they were just throwing everything.
Like banana peels.
They were just flushing random shit down the toilet, and it fucked that whole building up.
Oh, no shit.
Because my buddy lived in those dorms,
literally.
and they had to have their plumbing replaced within like 6 months.
Wow.
There was all kinds of random shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean,
I think they're throwing everything down there, but their shit.
But their shit tickets. They're like, no, those go in the bin.
Yeah, those go in the bin.
Put your banana peels in your fucking.
Like feminine products.
Yeah.
All those were gone. They just swell the fuck up.
It just goes away, man.
Yeah. Where's it go? Who cares?
Who cares? It's gone for me.
It's going to China.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess that's a perfect segue to our Karen of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's the Karen of the week. It's the Karen of the week.
Oh, shit.
Gosh.
So, I don't have a Karen or a Darren of the week.
No, not at all.
I have a positive shout out of the week.
I hope it's to a woman named Karen.
No, I wish. No. I actually don't know this guy's name, but he comes in almost every Saturday or Sunday, and he's the guy. He's the exact opposite of the creeps that I was talking about earlier. So he's probably like late 40s, early 50s. He comes in.
Regular?
He's a regular now for the past like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Super nice. He comes in. When he sits there, he comes in alone. Sometimes he has a buddy with him, but he comes in half the time he comes in alone. If people walk up, and engage him, he'll chit chat with them and make friends with them. If people walk up and they're not interested in, not interested in like, you know,
He doesn't gawk at their boobs.
he
Like,
doesn't.
hey,
He doesn't. Oh, what you getting? Well, how long you been? You know, whatever.
what breast size are you?
So
No creepy questions.
no, he'll make friends. He'll buy their tabs, tip accordingly to what their tab plus his tab is.
Oh, like a real customer.
Like a real customer. And unlike the other people who will come up alone and sit in a certain position so that every person that does walk up to the bar, guy or gal, they
either-
force some kind of interaction with them.
either forced or hinder them from getting in the bar at all.
Or trying to give them some kind of like fucking some kind of pro tip or some shit like that.
Yeah.
The only pro tip that you need to fucking hear at Hugapoos is when I hear guys go, just get one slice of pizza. You don't need two.
Exactly. Thank
you for that.
That's why I always tell everybody. They're like, I
Yeah.
want to get pizza. I'm like, just get one
Get
slice.
one slice, yeah.
I'm like, why usually two? I'm like, it's
They're
a
like,
quarter
no,
of a pie.
man, have him make you a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, he don't do that
His
shit.
blue helicopters are
Yeah.
amazing.
So shout out to him. I don't know his fucking name, but
Pays cash then, huh?
yeah, he paid in he tips cash no matter what.
Nice.
He normally pays cash.
Is he in the industry?
But no, not at all.
Just knows. Okay.
So he's father of 3 boys that I've overheard him say that he pretty much raised by himself, but they're all like, his youngest is like 22.
Okay.
So like, but he's like just a nice, and yesterday or Saturday when he was in, there's 2 different groups that had never met him before. They became friends. He bought their tab and it wasn't for any other
He wasn't nefarious reasons. He was
he
just
bought
like,
Martin and Jen's tab.
Oh,
which
cool.
Martin and Jen are regulars.
because they were dressed like clergy.
Yeah, I think that's what got him talking to him. But I told Martin we're going to have him on. He's going to be our first breezy.
Nice.
Yeah.
We need a cab guy. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've got some cab stories.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he could just tell them for 3 hours.
Oh, I told him, I was like, look, man, you don't even have to prep really. Like, just have 2 good stories together. Because, like, think about it. We're bartenders. We send the people to these
Yeah.
cabs. Like, we're not the last step.
No, we're not at all. And the cabs are the worst step.
Woo! I can't imagine. I mean, I've already heard, like, they do an
And remember
article.
taxi cab confessions? Like how, because they wouldn't tell you till the end that you were on, like, hey, can we put this out there?
Oh, right, yeah.
Because people would be like, they're fucking.
Yeah,
or,
but see, so many people consented to it, obviously, because they're fucked up or drunk.
or
Or
they're
something.
freaks.
Yeah, put it on.
I know. What a good time to ask somebody. You're like, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
The one that sticks out in my mind, it was this chick, and she was like, she's probably like mid-30s, but you could tell she was like kind of crackheady. But she was like, I gotta take pain pills for my boyfriend fucks me. His dick's so big.
Oh my God, nice.
That just sticks in my mind. Like that's
Just
she was
that
like, I
phrase.
gotta take Percocet, Percodan. I was like, you want to take? You probably taking that?
Take it. Yeah, you're like any excuse.
My boyfriend's got a big dick.
Yeah, I gotta go to the dentist. I need 6 Xanax and 2 Percocets. So I went to a dentist one time. When my cousin's been my dentist for 20 years. But there's a little short period between when I saw Dr. Fruit on Wilmington Island. That's his real name. He's a dentist. There's a Dr. Smiley here as well.
Dr. Fruit, like F-R-O-O-T?
No, not like loops.
Spelled like
not like loop, no, fruit, like an actual fruit.
Yeah.
But I went to this one dentist, and the guy was like, you want gas or not? I'm like, what? For like general dentistry, like a regular thing. And I was like, I'm good. He's like, oh, okay. Because he thought for sure because I don't like nitrous that much.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But when I had my wisdom teeth removed, when the guy left the room, I leaned back and was like, yoink, 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 yoink. And he came back in and was like, this wasn't turned to that high. I'm like, I know. Or I know.
Am I right? This is fun.
And he was like, is that bad? I'm like, yeah, I can still feel it.
I went to the dentist to get a tooth pulled, and I didn't know that I was able to hustle it like this, but I was like, hey, man, I'm pretty anxious, and like, I have a tendency to be anxious, and like, I haven't had any real work done. She was like, go to the pharmacy before you come here. And she wrote me a script for like literally like 4 big boy Valium. She was like, take them all before you come in.
Jesus Christ.
So I was in there like, do it.
I can't hold my mouth open.
Bring out the jaws of life.
So I've got a Karen.
You got a Karen?
I've got a Karen. I've got a Karen, and then just a side conversation of a dude who doesn't even deserve to be a Darren.
Wow, that's low, man.
He is. So Karen comes in, has her husband, their anniversary. The hostess tells me. I immediately acknowledge it. Happy anniversary. Thanks for celebrating with us. Got another anniversary over there. Hey, it's their anniversary too. And I engage the other table so they can have a little.
You're like, hey, look.
Yeah, I was like, hey, it's their anniversary too right here. So like they can talk for a second before the table sits down
trying
between
to bring
them.
people together, man. We ain't trying to.
It makes
we
my
ain't trying
job
to
easier when
separate
y'all
people.
talk.
Yeah,
you're going to sell something I
y'all
already
talk
sold
to
you.
each other. Yeah.
So they're cool. Ordered they immediately want cocktails. I'm like, hey, how are you? Oh, we'll have this and this. I'm like, how are you? Like, I want to talk to you first.
Yeah.
And she started talking. I'm like, whatever. She's older, probably about 65. I want and this is an odd cocktail, is a vodka martini, dirty, with tonic. I don't get a lot of those. Okay.
That's weird.
So I was like,
I don't know nothing about nothing, but that just seems weird.
yeah, with limes. So olive juice and limes together. So I'm like, all right. She goes, but I want light ice, like real light ice. I'm like, okay. So I don't make the damn cocktail. I just ring it in and pick it up. I set it down.
Do you have to handwrite like those certain
I
things?
just gotta type it in and like hit a bunch
Yeah,
of
I know,
buttons.
but like, do you go over and confirm?
We have a light ice button.
Okay, I got you.
So I hit light ice.
Because like when people order certain weird shit, like on pizzas, I'll take the ticket back, and I'm like, this is exactly what I mean.
Where I ring in, I can see the bartender.
Yeah.
Usually, and I can be like, hey.
Do you get this?
Get this, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'll walk. Yeah,
Do you have any questions?
I'll go. If it's something I want to make, because the customer's particular.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people get martinis and they want their shaken ice on the side. Because then they'll water down the drink later.
Yeah, sure,
With
I
the
got
same
you.
ice. That's whatever.
Whatever, man.
It's frugal, but whatever. So
Whatever.
she's like light ice. I'm like, all right. So then they're like, we're gonna drink our drinks. We'll get some fries while we do it. I'm like, all right. So I come back. Hey, do you want, do you want to order the whole meal? I'm gonna. The guy's like, yeah, I'm gonna have. They both order the apps. He goes, I'm gonna have the pork, and she goes, I'm not sure what I'm gonna have. I'll wait. I want to order later. I don't want it all coming out at one time. I'm like, oh well, I'll hold your food back, and you can just tell me when you want it, and I can get it in like 5 to 7 minutes from then. She's like, well, I don't want you to screw that up like you did my drink. There's 5 too many ice cubes in here. Bitch, did you just count the ice cubes?
That's a fucking joke.
Did you just count the ice cubes? Like, and I was like, and I giggled.
That's a joke.
And I was like, I didn't make it, I was like, do you want another one or something? She's like, no, I'm not ordering another cocktail here. And I was like, instantly she went from being a nice old lady to like a Karen. And I'm like, fuck you, but thanks for the content.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, whatever. So I was like, well, he ordered his entree. So if you want one, you need to order it now. I promise it won't come out in a hurry. So she's like, I'm fine. I'm like, all right. So
she has just been soured immediately.
yeah,
Like fucking
like the first thing that
0
happened
to
wrong,
60.
she's done. So I bring the French onion soups out. I'm being overly nice to them now because she's being a bitch, so I killed her with kindness. And they finished their soups.
Beer.
And I'm like, hey, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and fire his food. She's like, okay. And I come back. I'm like, anything before dinner comes out? She goes, oh, I'll have a steak medium. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to come out at the same time as his. She's like,
Of course it's not.
You can't do that? And I'm like, I could have had you ordered when it was appropriate.
Yeah.
But his food's going to be out in a minute and a half.
Yeah,
I
and you can't cook a steak to medium.
Yeah,
in that.
I can't stop what's going on. I said we'll probably be able to steal a steak from somebody else and get it to you pretty quickly, and it worked out pretty good. Like he got his plate, and she was like, "Where's the food owner? Where's my food?" And the food owner was like,
Fuck you, bitch.
Food owner was like, "I don't know," and I had told food owner what was going on. And it was her first day, and she was like, "I don't know." So I went over there.
So she's trying to go to this food runner
to
and
get
be like,
he dropped the guy's food off. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So happenstance, the steak comes out in like 3.5 minutes.
that kind of sucks. I wish it would have came out 10
I
minutes
know.
later,
I
'cause-
literally was like, don't do anything special for her.
Yeah, for real,
I fired it. I told them,
Yeah.
I was like, don't rush this. Like, this is not on the fly.
Yep.
This is her fault.
Yeah.
So it was like medium rare plus.
Uh-huh.
She cuts it and goes, this is raw. This is beyond. This is less than rare. I'm like,
She was just ready to be a bitch.
well, cut in the middle for me so I can see it. I pull my phone light out, shine in there, and it's not medium, but it's close. So I take it back to the kitchen. Got those back on the grill. Comes out. It's now it's the same steak though. She goes, oh, is it the same steak? I'm like, yes, ma'am. She's like, oh, I thought I'd get a different one. I'm like, it wasn't overcooked. It was undercooked.
Undercooked, yeah.
So we could just bring it up.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you put it back on the grill. I'm like, yeah, the grill's like 480 degrees, lady. Like it's burning off anything.
Yeah.
So like,
do your own research.
yeah, do your own research. And so it's perfect medium at this point. She's like, this is still raw. This is still rare. I'm
Does
like,
she know what the fuck medium is?
and I said, medium. I said, ma'am, medium is a hot, warm center.
Don't we all want that?
We all want to digitally get a hot, warm center. And so she's like, it's fine. I'll deal with it. So I'm like, all right. I was like, get her on the edge.
What kind of steak is this?
New York strip.
Okay.
And she also was mad we didn't have filet, which is on our website. I've been over the website
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, yeah.
And she's like, well, you don't have filet? I'm like, no. She's like, what's on the website? I'm like, we don't have any of those. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, but whatever. I get that a lot because we
Yeah.
have a few things. But so I come back, 10 minutes later, and she has hardly eaten any of the steak. And he has eaten like a third of his pork. And I'm like, everything okay over here? Y'all doing good? Enjoying anything? At this point, I don't give
Enjoying
a fuck about
your
it.
anniversary?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're not getting a free dessert now because you fucking suck. And so, but then I noticed they don't hardly eat their food. And I'm like, maybe I will compliment
You think
creme
she's
brulee.
influencing the husband?
Yep. Oh, definitely. So I said, is everything okay with the pork? He goes, yeah. And I don't ever do this. If somebody complains about food, that's fine. We'll fix it or whatever. I'm not trying your fucking food, especially during a pandemic. I'm not eating after the customer. But the pork we have is like this fucking big.
Yeah, so you could find a...
So I cut a piece off by the bone, a piece in the middle of that, and tried it. In his defense, it was a little dry.
Yeah.
But there's sauce and shit with it. I didn't put it in the sauce. I didn't want to
Yeah.
share his sauce with him.
Ooh.
But
I only share my sauce with
But
a few
like,
men.
she didn't hardly do anything to her steak. So like, the one guy's dog got it for his dog, and then pork went to this dog too. The other guy's cat, his cat eats pork.
Nice.
And so I'm like, all right, whatever. So their dessert came out, creme brulee. It's a lavender vanilla creme brulee. It is, as most restaurants, the most popular dessert we have because chicks dig creme brulee.
And nice crackly top.
It is the only dessert I have that I have probably had maybe one complaint in 5 years. I give them the creme brulee.
This is like a fucking
and I'm
guarantee.
Not, and I'm not going to comp this creme brulee because they've been a pain in the ass the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on staff is aware of them being a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
She's solidified as a Karen. Like, the chef and I have already discussed. Shout out to Marco who listens. Marco's like, Karen? I'm like, Karen.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's all you need. Yeah.
My KOW.
But this is a fail-safe dessert. Fucking 99.9%.
How's creme
of the
brulee?
time.
It could be better. What's wrong with it? Tell me how I can make this better.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
this dish to be better for the next person.
Oh, so you're like fucking.
Yeah.
You're full aggro now.
You're helping me.
Yeah.
How do I make this better? It's just a little too sugary. I'm sorry? Too sugary. There's too much sugar.
Bitch, the whole top is sugar.
The top is sugar. That's what that's the dish. I know, but and we kind of wanted it done at the table. Like, y'all just don't do that. I'm like, you didn't ask, and two, I'm not bringing a fucking fire to your table.
I'm not bringing a torch out here for
I
you.
did work somewhere once that had a press.
Oh, wow.
So you bring the press over hot, and you'd press it at the table. And, like, that is impressive.
Yeah.
But the dad joke was almost
Thanks,
so bad you
Dad.
didn't get it. But
I missed you, Dad.
But it didn't. My dad is laughing right now, though.
He was having a good chuckle.
Carl's like, hearty chuckle.
Did you hear my son? He's an idiot.
I know. I asked him, I was like, you ever play this in the OR? He's like, hell no. It's like it can last about 3 minutes, and they'd be like, turn this off.
We've had buddies get in trouble for listening.
Oh, yeah. I turn it down when I roll it to like a gas station or something. I also don't want to get caught listening to my own podcast because I feel like it would be kind of vain.
Also that. Well, see, when I edit it, I have to listen to it.
So I listen to it like the next day because I write the review or the synopsis.
Oh, right.
And then when you drop it on YouTube, I watch it.
Yeah. Well, see, I make sure I click on it.
And I
what
listen
I
to
mean?
it. I listen to half of it on.
Yeah, no, I do half on
Google
Apple.
and half on Spotify.
I do a little bit on Apple and a little bit on Spotify,
And then I watch
a little
YouTube.
bit on YouTube.
And I watch it on the TV and on my phone, so I get like. I don't know that's how that works. At
I
all.
don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it
don't
works.
know
But hey,
either.
whatever.
Because man, I'm so bad at promoting this fucking thing. Like, I just don't know how. Like,
I mean, I'm trying.
I
but
know
like,
we could get more listeners. I just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
You got to be more proactive. I'm gonna put together a compilation video of all the Brad and Brittany versus bartender
Yeah.
stuff. So I mean, maybe that'll do something.
Yeah.
Put out more reels. I got some.
We got to
ideas.
keep doing the reels. The reels are hitting pretty good. But what's weird though, like you did one got 2,000 views. I did the next two got over 1,000, and then the last two are like 400. Yeah, it's got to be the time of day we're posting them.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's someone that knows the SEO, the search engine optimization stuff.
Yeah.
And like when to post, how long
Yeah.
the posts need to be.
And what? Because I mean, the hashtag's helping a lot.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
we got
guys out
shout
there
out
know how to do that.
Shout out
Help
to
us.
Henry Cuervo in fucking Colombia, South America.
Yeah. Nice.
International.
We're international, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Hey.
So did you get in a fight at work?
So, we've had a dishwasher for about 3 weeks. He's about 25 years old. He's tall. His name is Kenneth. Fuck you, Kenneth. I will fuck you up with my broken ribs and not give a shit about it because he threatened to shoot me. But Kenneth is weird. And he's a young black guy. And dishwashers come and go. But right now, is the most we've been staffed since the pandemic. So, like, chef's trying to hold on. And he works good. And he's tall, good-looking kid. But he's fucking awkward. And he, like, over the course of 3 weeks, every female, except for the noticeable lesbian chick that works there, has had an awkward encounter with him. The food runner, who has to spend a lot of time in the back where he is when he goes to get dishes, is about done with him. Because he, like, has stroked her hair.
Oh,
And
what?
then
With
Mary,
dish hands?
yeah, Mary, who's like our assistant manager, her was like, "Girl, I try to throw it at you, but I can't because my brother said he's already going to drop his dick in you." And I don't know what "drop his dick in you" means. I listen to a lot of hip hop. I'm pretty current, but I've never heard "drop my dick in you."
That's some MySpace shit right there, man.
Drop my dick in you. Like, you can't drop your dick.
I'm gonna drop my dick in you. Drop my dick.
Oh, it
in
could be
you,
a
drop
song.
my
That could be a
dick in
song.
you. Yeah, I mean, it might
My dick in
be.
you. But so he says that, and she's like, "Boy, you're a child." She's 42. She's got a kid. Like, she's a grown woman. She's like, "You're a goddamn child. Get away from me."
You ain't dropping your dick in nothing.
Yeah. So, like, that's over the course of the last 2.5 weeks. Tuesday, Kenneth and his homeboy who's his brother, come in, and he tries to I'm not never been nice to him because he's fucking awkward and weird, and I see the ways with the girls, so I'm not nice to him because he's gonna be gone anyways. And I'm cordial, but I'm not like. He's like, "What's up, man?" Tries to give me 5, and I'm like, I thought I give him the elbow. He's like, "Oh, pandemic elbow," and I'm like, "That's a good term. I'll give you that." So his buddy are standing like right by the computer, talking to our grill guy about the fact that this dishwasher Kenneth was gonna punch the chef last Saturday because the way the chef talked to him. Our chef's very nice. He does not say a lot unless you're really fucking off.
Yeah.
This guy talks a lot. He's loud. He's too boisterous to be the dishwasher.
Right. Yeah.
And he picks on little Ducky, the other dishwasher, whose name I don't know. That's why I'm calling him Ducky because that's what Kenneth called him. But his buddy is waving a wad of cash around. 320s wrapped around 51s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? So I just go tell the GM, so that's what Saran, walk over there and just see what the fuck's going on. That's what they're saying. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, don't do."
Yeah, what is this?
He's like, "Man, I'm trying to spin this shit right here." He's like, "Go sit at a table, order a drink and some food. Do it politely. This is not what we do here. We don't loudly have hood talk next to the computer where everybody can hear you."
Right. Yeah.
And so they sat down. In their defense, had 2 beers, tipped well, left. Wednesday night comes around. He's singing in the dish pit. Our kitchen is open. Our dish pit has one door open. It's right next to the bathrooms, which is right next to the customer. Everything's close. It's a bistro.
Yeah.
And you could hear Kenneth.
Definitely audible.
Yeah, and he's not singing a song he needs to be singing.
He's singing, "I'm going to drop my dick in you. Dick. I'm going to drop that dick in you. Dick, pussy. Dick, pussy.
Yeah.
Dick. I'm going to drop that dick in you."
So I lean in there and I'm like, hey, keep it down. We're not doing a chorus line here. And so as I walk away, he does this thing he's done it before when I told him to stop doing something. He stares at you out the window. And they like smile at you like he's trying to intimidate me.
Yeah.
And so I'm just staring back at him, and I'm like, yeah. And so as soon as I walk away, I hear him as I'm getting my notes singing again. I'm at my table, and I can hear him singing.
Oh, wow.
And no one is telling him to shut the fuck up. So I am. I go back to the line, and I yell across the line at the chef. I'm like, "Yo, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. But this is not America's Got Talent. He needs to shut the fuck up."
Yeah, and why weren't they addressing it back there?
I don't know. So chef's like, "What?" So chef's like, "Hey, calm down." I'm like, "I've already tried to talk to him once." So chef comes out, he's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Here's what's going on. This, and this." He's like, "All right, fine. I'll talk." I was like, "Look, he needs to be gone. You need to fire him." He goes, "At the end of the night, I'll just tell him to come back." I'm like, "Cool. That's the easiest way to do it."
Yeah.
Mid-shift firing, he might freak out. I'm walking by 2 minutes later, and I hear him, "Yeah, motherfucker, gonna come here talking shit, gonna get shot like that." And I looked at him and was like, "Did you just threaten to shoot me?"
Yeah.
Because you were singing in the dish pit, you're going to shoot me over your dishwashing job. You're going to go to prison for the rest of your life to shoot me over this. And he was like, he just kept staring at me. I'm like, "All right, man, whatever." So I walked to the computer. I walk back. I come back. He comes behind me. He's doing like the funky chicken, like right up behind me. And I turned around and squared up and was like, "Yo, don't let this fool you. I will fuck you up. I will beat you up in half a dress and a long sleeve shirt. Like in a collared press shirt that I ironed earlier. I will whoop your ass in this hallway." Because like he's a boy. I am a grown man. I got like 40 pounds on him. Also, like, he's the kind of kid that looks like he throws a punch from like
way back
in the back. He doesn't know how to fight. Whatever. I'm like, so I went in the kitchen and I was like, "Chef,
he gone now?
Right now." He's like, "All right, we told you, get out."
No shit.
And sent him out. So comes back in 45 minutes later. He has his mask on now. He's being quiet. But he walks up right behind me. I'm at the computer and I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" He's like, "He told you didn't see me again." Well, unbeknownst to him, my father walks in at this time. And it's just kind of looking. And I was like, "You got your piece on you?" He's like, "Always." I'm like, "All right, cool." He's like, "Well," I'm like, "I don't know, but I don't know what this kid's doing." But he clocked out and just walked out.
Oh, I got you.
And he hung out in the alley for like 30 minutes. And the chef went there was like, "We're going to call the police.
I was going to say,
if we see you here again, we'll give your paycheck to the guy you know."
You can like be like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you up, whatever." But like, I'm gonna shoot you.
You just shoot me?
Yeah, that's
for your dishwashing job.
Yeah.
Come on, Kenneth. Good luck getting hired at Dairy Queen.
I mean, like, I want to tell people I want to shoot them all the time. You know?
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, I've been slapped before. Just because it's guys, I'm like, I will open hand slap you.
I'll just shoot them digitally.
I won't respect. Ooh, digital shooting. Like half a peace sign.
Yeah. This guy shot me half a peace sign.
Shout out to Ben Northrup. I think he's been listening some. He's supposed that he's like, "Somebody shot me half a peace sign." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty funny."
And before we go, I wrote this down because you just reminded me of it. So.
Are you on Post-its over there?
I'm on. I got the notebooks and everything, but I want the aesthetic over here to not.
So I didn't spill beer all over it.
Yeah. I just want beer and salt and a dog here. I don't need my notebook here.
And spilled beer.
I got it all up here, man. I've been doing my own research. I keep it right up here.
You got it digitally stored.
It's digitally stored up here. Just before we get out of here, I had to write this down because you reminded me of it. I texted you this yesterday, but my understanding, and I don't know nothing about nothing, But my understanding that if you order a drink tall, you want more mixer than alcohol.
Correct. That's exactly how I do it in my job.
Okay.
You get tall, I'm getting more mixer. Because most people just want more mixer.
What if a certain greasy gentleman goes, let me get a so-and-so double tall?
That's just a...
I'm like, so you want a double?
You want a double? That's a double. That's just a double.
Do you want it? We don't have different colored or shaped glasses.
You only have... Yeah, you have
one. We have one glass.
You got 20s and 8s, right?
Double tall. And every time I hear it, I'm like, you're regarded for...
Yeah, you're very regarded.
You're super regarded. But then I just wanted to... And I didn't check with you before we got on air because I wanted to be outed if I was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm transparent. I do my own research. I just didn't research this.
Yeah.
So it's all is in fact...
You didn't Google double tall.
So it's all is in fact more mixer than...
Every time I do it, it's
so
more
if you
mixer.
say double tall, you're regarded, and it's a fucking oxymoron.
No, some people try to be like, oh, I want it tall, because you can tell that they
Do they think it means a bigger cup?
They think they're going to get more. Some people think they're going to get more alcohol.
Yeah, that's what I assume, because if he goes double tall...
But you would just say tall or double.
Yeah.
It was his first drink, I'm guessing. But, like, if you look around for 1 second, you go, there are 2 size cups here.
Yeah,
or
right,
3.
yeah.
There are shot glasses.
Shot glasses, 12 ounces that we
12
put
ounces?
our fine wines in, and
Yes.
then 16 ounces that we pour every other fucking liquor drink.
Yeah, so everything's tall.
Everything is tall.
Is that going to be in?
No, yeah, they won't hear it. I'm going to move it. Yeah, the Karen song just came on in our ears.
I was like,
That's pretty great.
I can find another Karen somewhere in my heart. There's always a Karen in my heart.
A double tall Karen. Well, I guess that's it. Good job this week.
Good
that
week.
was fun. Yeah, we're going to try and get Martin on coming this week. We have T-shirts.
We have T-shirts. We're going to post a picture of them one day.
We have T-shirts. Just DM us if you want one. We'll put a picture
Has
up
anybody
on
hit you up at all?
Yeah, Mike Lynch. Shout out Mike Lynch. I just didn't have any for him, and I'm going to send one to Ian.
Are these going to be mailing?
No, we will. I'll just what we can do is if
We'll send Ian one and Grant. That's
and you guys can DM us and we'll bring them up to Huckapoo's or wherever you are. Like if you're in town, we'll just bring it.
I will deliver anywhere besides the landings. For all you landing listeners, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not allowed in there anymore.
That's a huge demo out there.
That's for another podcast, though.
All right, I like it.
I'm not banned from landings.
But man, come on, man. Keep the narrative going.
Dutch Island. It's Dutch Island. I hate the Dutch.
The fucking Dutch. So from behind the barcast at gmail.com. If you would like to send us an email, we're on the social medias.
We doubt you will send us an email.
Hey, but the reason Martin's coming on, he's like, hey, I was trying to figure out how to do the voicemail thing. I was like, he was like, how long should it be? I was like, fuck that. Just come on the show.
Yeah.
So I'll leave the outro song in now because it's just happening right now. So that's
perfect.
Good. That's perfect.
Perfect. That worked out great.
We're on Instagram at From Behind the Barcast, Facebook From Behind the Barcast. We're on all the major podcast sites. Check us out on YouTube as well under Paxton Eugene. But you can search From Behind the Barcast and we should pop up. We love you guys. See you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Cheers. Did you hear that?
Conk.
Click.